He thought he was just driving his drunk CEO home, but what she whispered at the door that night revealed a secret, and by morning, her words would change his life forever. Stick around till the end, and comment below, what would you have done in his place? The holiday party was fading, laughter thinning like smoke in the cold December air. Adam Haye, a quiet janitor who rarely stayed longer than his shift demanded, adjusted the borrowed tie his daughter had insisted he wear. Strings of white lights reflected off the glass rooftop panels, making the city below shimmer like a promise he didn't believe in. He had planned to leave early. An hour was all he'd promised Emily, before slipping back into their modest apartment where leftover macaroni and bedtime stories waited. But then, she saw him, Eva Laurent, the CEO. Sequined dress, hair tumbling like the night itself, eyes slightly glassy. She was laughing too loudly at nothing at all, but when her gaze met Adam's, the laughter dropped. "You're the janitor, right?" she asked, voice softer than the question deserved. Adam froze. He wasn't sure if it was an insult, a guess, or just truth stated plainly. "Yeah," he said, steady. Her hand tightened around a half-empty glass. "Then maybe you're the only one I can trust. Could you drive me home? I can't call a car. Cameras." Her eyes flicked toward a group of interns whispering in the corner, phones ready, hungry for a story. Adam's instincts said no. His daughter was waiting. His night was mapped out. But something about the way her shoulders sagged beneath all that glitter made him pause. He nodded slowly. "Clocking out first. Meet me by the side exit." Minutes later, he guided her down the service hallway. He knew better than his own past. The old sedan, smelling faintly of crayons and coffee, waited in the loading dock. She slid into the passenger seat, sequins catching the dim light like fallen stars. The ride was quiet at first. Eva leaned her head against the window, city lights flashing across her face like secrets half told. At a red light, she rolled down the glass and let the December chill wash over her, as if trying to erase the night from her skin. Adam kept his eyes on the road, hands steady on the wheel, heart oddly unsettled. Her apartment tower was the kind with a lobby that pretended not to be grand. She hesitated before unbuckling. "Would you walk me up?" "Just to the door," Adam agreed, unsure why. Safety was sometimes a staircase. The elevator hummed them to the 20th floor. Her hands fumbled with the keys until she froze. "Please," she whispered, voice trembling in a way that didn't belong to the powerful CEO everyone admired. "Don't let them see the girl." Adam blinked. The door swung open. Inside, a nightlight glowed softly. A pair of tiny sneakers sat neatly by the couch. On the sofa, a little girl slept under a blanket printed with stars, a babysitter dozing nearby. For the first time, Ava's armor cracked. She looked at Adam, not as her janitor, not as an employee, but as a fellow single parent trying to hold it together. Adam placed her keys on the counter, left a glass of water by the sink, and scribbled his number on a sticky note. "Text me when you wake, just so I know you're safe." As the elevator doors closed around him, Adam caught his reflection. He had come to the party invisible, but tonight, something had shifted. If you were Adam, would you have helped your CEO like this, or just walked away? Comment below, and don't miss Chapter 2 to find out what Ava says the next morning. Adam thought the night was over when he left her apartment, but the next morning, his phone buzzed with a message from an unknown number 1 that would drag him into a world he never expected. What would you do if your CEO suddenly called you to the top floor? Comment below before reading on. Adam woke to the buzzing of his old phone rattling against the dresser. The sun was barely up the room, still painted in soft blue shadows. For a moment, he thought it was the heater again, misbehaving like always. Then he blinked at the screen. Unknown number, one new message. "Thank you for getting me home. Please bring your badge to the top floor at 9 a.m. Ava." His stomach tightened. Top floor? That was a place he had only cleaned, never entered with permission. And Ava Laurent herself inviting him? That felt like a mistake, like the kind of thing that disappeared once she sobered up. Before he could process, Emily shuffled in, her purple penguin pajamas wrinkled from sleep. "You're staring at your phone like it told you a joke," she said, rubbing her eyes. Adam slipped the phone face down. "Just work stuff." She tilted her head. "Work stuff doesn't make you smile weird." He made pancakes anyway, tried to act normal, but the words kept echoing. Top floor, 9 o'clock. He walked Emily to the bus, promising her he'd be home for dinner this time. She grinned, trusting him more than he trusted himself. At 8:56 a.m., Adam stood in front of the executive elevator, badge trembling in his hand. The chrome doors reflected a version of him that looked too small for the glass towers above. He took a breath and stepped inside. The top floor was everything the lower floors weren't: open windows, spilling light across sleek furniture, the faint scent of sage and printer ink. A receptionist nodded politely and motioned him toward a conference room with a sweeping view of the city. Ava walked in carrying 2 coffees, dressed simply in a sweater and slacks. She looked less like a CEO and more like someone who had finally exhaled. "I owe you an apology," she said, sliding one cup toward him. "For the janitor comment," Adam shrugged. "It's what I do. It's what you're paid for," she corrected softly. "Not who you are." He shifted in his chair, caught off guard. "I looked you up," she continued. 3 years of night shifts. Before that, community college, electrical concentration. You even filed a request about fixing the stairwell lights. It got labeled, nice to have. Adam remembered writing that at 3 a.m., after an intern nearly tripped. He hadn't thought anyone would notice. Ava slid a folder across the table. "Here are my morning words, and I mean them. You're not invisible, Adam. Starting today, I want you as interim facilities coordinator. 90 days, day hours, better pay. Authority to fix what actually matters, like that stairwell." The air seemed to thicken. He thought of Emily's disappointed little face when he always left at night, the penguin drawing she'd tucked in his bag, the way she told him he deserved more. I don't know what to say," Adam admitted. "Say yes," Ava replied. Then she smiled and pushed an envelope across the table. "Also, this belongs to you." Inside was Emily's drawing, the penguin in a tie. Adam must have dropped it in the car. "She's talented," Ava said warmly. "Tell her I'm a fan." For the first time in years, Adam felt seen. Not as the man who cleaned the floors, but as someone who might change more than light bulbs. Would you accept this offer if you were Adam? Or play it safe and stay invisible? Comment your answer, because Chapter 3 will reveal the real twist behind Ava's decision. Adam thought he was just fixing light bulbs, but what the CEO revealed next showed that his small act of kindness wasn't just about one night. It was about something much bigger. Wait until you see how her secret changes everything. The new badge clipped to Adam's shirt felt heavier than it should have, as if it carried a responsibility far beyond doors and stairwells. His first morning as interim facilities coordinator began with a long list of minor issues that had been ignored for months: dim exit signs, a sticking door, and of course the stairwell lights that hummed like they were sighing in exhaustion. By noon, Adam had already called in an old contractor friend, mapped out wiring routes, and ordered parts the building had pretended it didn't need. He sat by a wide window with his first official day shift lunch, texting Emily a photo of the skyline. Guess who finally works days? Her reply came almost instantly, packed with emojis, stars, hearts, and, inevitably, a penguin in sunglasses. At 2 o'clock, Ava asked him to walk the stairwell with her. The two descended together through the echoing space, steps tapping like punctuation. On the 18th floor, she stopped suddenly, tilting her head to listen. "My first apartment sounded like this," she said softly. "Concrete walls, buzzing light. I used to think the building was sighing at me." Adam smiled faintly. "I used to think the same. Buildings talk when no one else does." Her eyes flicked to him. "Serious now. I didn't choose you just because of last night. When I was 10, my mom worked nights cleaning offices. A stairwell bulb burned out, and no one replaced it. For weeks, she climbed in the dark. One night, she slipped. She was fine, mostly, but I stayed angry at a broken light for years." Silence stretched between them, filled only by the faint hum above. "That's why this matters," Ava said. "Quiet problems get ignored until they become loud disasters. I don't want this company to be that way. So I'm setting up a fund. Quiet fixes. You'll run it. Start here, then expand. The job isn't just for 90 days, Adam. If you can prove this works, it becomes permanent." He swallowed hard. The promotion was one thing. Trust was another. "Why me?" Her answer was simple. "Because last night, you cared about something no one else saw. That's the person I want fixing what the rest of us overlook." By evening, contractors had packed up. Adam stood alone on the landing between floors 9 and 10, staring at the brand new light fixtures. He flipped the switch. No flicker, no hum, just steady, even brightness spilling across the steps. A stairwell finally breathing easy. He recorded 10 seconds on his phone and sent it to Emily. Her reply arrived as a voice note, her voice bubbling with excitement. "It doesn't flicker anymore. Tell the CEO lady that penguins approve." Adam laughed quietly in the empty stairwell. He didn't feel invisible anymore. Later that night, a new message from Ava appeared on his phone. "Board approved quiet fixes phase 1. Also, my daughter wants to meet the man who makes buildings stop sighing. Ice cream? Saturday? Bring Emily." Adam stared at the screen, a slow smile spreading. For years, his world had been small. Rent, night shifts, survival. But sometimes, one choice to help someone, one ride home, one sticky note left behind, could light up more than just a stairwell. If this story stopped you for even a moment, like and share it. And tell me in the comments, what do you think is the biggest quiet fix in life that people overlook? By evening, contractors had packed up. Adam stood alone on the landing between floors 9 and 10, staring at the brand new light fixtures. He flipped the switch. No flicker, no hum, just steady, even brightness spilling across the steps. A stairwell finally breathing easy. He recorded 10 seconds on his phone and sent it to Emily. Her reply arrived as a voice note, her voice bubbling with excitement. It doesn't flicker anymore. Tell the CEO lady that penguins approve. Adam laughed quietly in the empty stairwell. He didn't feel invisible anymore. Later that night, a new message from Ava appeared on his phone. Board approved quiet fixes phase 1. Also, my daughter wants to meet the man who makes buildings stop sighing. Ice cream Saturday. Bring Emily. Adam stared at the screen, a slow smile spreading. For years, his world had been small. Rent, night shifts, survival. But sometimes, one choice to help someone, one ride home, one sticky note left behind, could light up more than just a stairwell. If this story stopped you for even a moment, like and share it. And tell me in the comments, what do you think is the biggest quiet fix in life that people overlook?